No one having fun here. This is the last day of JRTA, and we are down to our last few runs. We are trying right now to set up for our next game here. I know Mashy's having a little bit of trouble, so we're going to see if he can get his capture card working. And hopefully we'll be able to have him play as scheduled. All right. In the meantime, let me plug JRTA a little bit again. This is our second JRTA. For those of you that don't know, the big speedrunning event, Awesome Games Done Quick, takes place in January. And we have decided that it is appropriate to bring over some of Japan's best speedrunners to represent them at AGDQ. And we started doing that last year. And this year we're bringing over Ohon and Bekored. Ohon is known as like an NES god, essentially like one of the greatest platforming players of all time, arguably one of the best Mega Man players of all time. And he's going to be running Mega Man 6 at AGDQ. He's also going to be running Castlevania 3. And I believe he is on the wait list for Mega Man 5, so they might even try to slip that in there too. And our good pal Beko, as you guys affectionately abbreviate, he's a Wario Land master, plays all the Wario Land games. And he is going to be speedrunning Gimmick at AGDQ. And if you're not familiar, Gimmick is just a brutal platformer, very difficult to run in a marathon setting, and few people kind of even have the bravery to try it in a marathon setting. So it's going to be interesting to see him play that at AGDQ. He also is on the wait list for Wario Land 3, so that one might be getting into the marathon as well. And you saw him and Ohon both play games in our marathon here. So having met our goal for donations, we are currently accepting donations still. However, they are going to Doctors Without Borders as opposed to going to anything else. So your donations are going to charity at this point. And I'm golden. It's been a blast getting to hang out on the stream here. I've actually been hanging out a lot more than I expected to. We had a schedule of a lot of different people helping out, and thanks to all of them that have been helping out. But I've been noticing that even when my assigned schedule is up, I'm still in the call because it's just been a lot of fun. So that is a testament to how much fun the runners are, and what a good environment we have here at JRTA. We're lucky to have a group that just enjoys speed gaming for what it is. All right, all of that being said, we're still just waiting to see if Mashy will be ready to go with his next run. All right, it looks like Mashy might be getting bopped by Windows at the moment. Yeah, thanks for that comment, Baron. I agree. It's kind of stemming into its own thing, and it's just a fun little twist on. I mean, obviously there are a lot of different speedrunning marathons out there throughout the year. You get a lot of online marathons, but it's developing its own little niche here. It's kind of neat. There have been a lot of interesting races throughout this marathon. If you were here yesterday, the marathon races that we did yesterday were unbelievable. I don't think I've seen closer races ever at any event. The only race I can think of that was as close as to what we saw yesterday was the Mega Man 1 race at HDQ last year. That's about as close as it gets there. But I mean, yesterday we were talking about frame for frame Link to the Past races. We're talking about an SMRPG race that came down to the wire. We were talking about the greatest race that I think most of us have ever seen in Super Ghouls and Ghosts. And if you missed any of the event so far, if you missed any of the streams, and you want to watch them, do not worry. We are going to upload all of the runs after the marathon is over. And if you follow us on Twitter at JRTA Marathon, we will update you there once the VODs are ready for viewing. So be sure to follow us on Twitter at JRTA Marathon. All right. I am stalling the best that I can here, but I'm running out of things to discuss. So I'm going to try to get you some information about what we are going to do. All right, here's what we're going to do while we're waiting for Mashy. Make a joke. All right, I'll do a little stand-up. Okay, you can't even see me. I'm not standing up. I'm actually sitting down, but I'll do a little stand-up for you. So, when I was a kid, I was actually on a Nickelodeon game show. Did you know that? I was on a Nickelodeon game show. And as a runner-up, they gave me the Encyclopedia Britannica. They gave me the Encyclopedia Britannica. And it got me thinking, like, what would they give away today on a kids game show? A link to Wikipedia? Like, are they going to give you the front page? You got a new homepage. It's not exactly the same. There you go. That's my stand-up for you. Thank you. Good night. How's the weather? The weather is it's very nice today, actually. It's a sunny and brisk 62 degrees. I'm not sure if those are sympathy LOLs or if you guys actually found it funny, but I appreciate it. What do I speedrun? That's a good question. It's been a while. Most recently, I picked up Ninja Gaiden for the 12-hour speedrunning challenge. I don't know if you can say that I speedrun it, though. I've only been able to complete a few runs. But that's been a lot of fun. Back when I was speedrunning more frequently, I was playing games like Super Metroid. Super Mario World is the one that I think people know me the most from. I don't know. I've dabbled in a lot of platforming. I've done some Mega Man. We had a little flirting period with Dryer. Oh, yeah. Speaking of the 12-hour challenge, people have been asking when the next one is going to be. And my thoughts on the 12-hour challenge is that it should be twice a year. I don't want to overdo it. I think it's a cool idea, but if we do it too often, it'll just get boring. So we did the last one in July, and I'm thinking that after AGDQ, sometime in January, might be a good time to pull out another 12-hour challenge. And I even have a theme in mind for that one. So, like, in order to keep it interesting, you know how, like, they have those weekend programming challenges where people try to make a video game, but they give them some restriction, right? So that it actually is refreshing and different every time. So I have an idea for a theme for the 12-hour challenge for the next time. And we won't force people to stick to it, but hopefully it'll give you something to go off of anyway when you try to pick a game for it. All right. We are... What are we doing here? What's the situation? Looks like it's working now. Okay. I believe we're going to proceed as scheduled with Rocket Robot on Wheels. So thank you for putting up with me while we're waiting on the delay. I appreciate that. Hopefully I didn't, overstay my welcome or anything like that. It is a lot of fun to be here. I will try to get Mashy into the call here if he is here. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, welcome aboard.
Hey. Yay. So I think it's working. I don't know if the mumble audio is going through or not.
I will do a check.
Or not. But yeah, I was having a little issue with the audio. I was just getting static. It looked like a restart helped it.
Let me check here and see if I can hear me. If not, what I might have you do is mute your mic on stream, and then it sounds to me like you only have game audio in your mic at the moment.
Okay.
So yeah, so what I would do is just mute your mic on stream, and then we can go with this.
All right. Should be done.
All right, let's just check again. Say something else.
Yo, yo, yo. You guys ready for Rocket?
I'm ready. I think the chat is too. Should have played my Mario Maker level. No thanks.
Speaking of chat, I should probably pull that up.
I like this music that we get. It sounds like we're in between innings at a baseball game or something.
Yeah, the music is great.
Today's hot dog of the day is Hormel. And the lucky winner is in row 23, seat 7. There we go. We got Rocket Robot on Wheels on the stream now. Let's get the donation total on there too. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Can you guys hear the game okay? Can you hear Mashy and myself as well? This is the part where you say hello again one more time.
Hello, hello, hello. You guys ready?
Did you throw in the echo on purpose to confuse them?
Yes.
Now they're going to complain about an echo and I'm not going to know. Boy, you're making this complicated here. All right. I think it is good to go. I'm ready whenever you are.
Let's just get that nice sound effect going.
Oh, that is lovely.
All right. So let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Rocket Robot on Wheels. It's a platforming collectathon for the N64, much like Banjo-Kazooie or DK64. You see this ticket right here. That's your main collectible. I'm going to be collecting it, and immediately I'm going to save and quit. That skips a cutscene where you open up the theme park, and it just takes a little bit of time. So instead, I save and quit, and it respawns you inside. In the first world right here, there's going to be a quick skip here. If I can actually enter the world. Basically, I was trying to skip this text box here. If you pause on the same frame that a text box shows up, the game doesn't know what to do, so it doesn't spawn the text box. And I'll be doing that throughout the game. This first world is called Clowny Island. It's a little bit of a pun on Coney Island. Actually, all the world names are puns, so I hope you're keeping an eye out on the names here. And I'm just going to be going around collecting these tokens. The tokens are used to get different upgrades, and those upgrades allow us to move on to the next worlds. That thing that was floating around, that's a machine part. Machine parts are kind of like Jinjos in a way. You have to collect 7 of them, and then you get a ticket. And also, it does another thing. It unlocks a new part of each level. So you'll see that in a little bit once I collect them all. Not doing great on the text skips. They're frame perfect, so they are kind of difficult to get. So those screws, I'm going to be collecting 4 of them and bringing them into that area. Once I collect all 4 of them, it'll open up the attraction there. And I didn't actually explain Rocket's main mechanic. He has a little bit of a traction beam that allows you to grapple onto things. And that's the main way of platforming and attacking and doing anything, really. Here's a little bit of a midway. We don't need to play any of the games there. We're just going to collect those tokens and move on. In each world, there are 200 tokens. When you collect all of them, you get a ticket. Oh. Camera screwed me up there? Okay. Oop. If you get too close to these screws, they kind of hide in the ground and you can't grab them. Just have to kind of catch them off guard. So we're grabbing the last screw, we're going to bring it over, and we're going to unlock the attraction over here. The attraction is a roller coaster, but unfortunately the roller coaster isn't finished, and we need to be the ones to finish it. Also, there is a very long text box when you first jump into this, so I'm going to try and skip it, and I did. Okay. Now, I don't need to ride the roller coaster the first time. I just need to kind of get the roller coaster going so that I can make sure it works. And now we have a second roller coaster that we need to make. We need to destroy this one and make a better one, because that one was really stupid. We need to add some really nice hills and some spirals. But this time, we actually need to ride it. We gotta make sure it's safe. And also, there are some tokens scattered across the track that we have to get, which is why I made some of the decisions that I made. Like this one up here, you can't get this token unless you make that specific track part. And I can actually bail a little bit early, and I'll still get the ticket. Down here, we get our first vehicle. This is the hot dog car. The hot dog car is really awesome. Everyone loves it. It controls like a piece of shit, but it allows you to jump while you're driving it. and it's really cool. So I do a save and quit here because I get to go get my first upgrade. I have enough tokens to get my upgrade, and dude, he's taking forever to turn around. There's a little bit of RNG there with Tinker. He's tinkering around with this stuff, and it takes him a while to notice you sometimes. But he gave us our first upgrade, which is Slam. Now it's time to come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. You're going for a Space Jam. Right away, we use our new slam ability to skip an animation. Every time that you collect a machine part or a ticket, there's that little backflip that you do. But if you slam after collecting one before hitting the ground, you'll cancel that animation. This is going to be used a couple times throughout the run, and then we'll get a better way to cancel animations later on. And that was our first ring challenge. Every world has a ring challenge, usually involving the world's car or vehicle, and basically you just go through the rings in order. It's really simple. Now we get to race our little buddy, the Corn on the Cob car. This is by far one of the stupidest things in the game. If the Corn on the Cob car gets a little bit... If he gets stuck, he'll be like, yo, I'm stuck. Can we start over? And he usually does get stuck. So let's see if we can make sure he doesn't get stuck. We also have to collect some stuff along the way, and I'm doing a really bad job. I have to... He's probably going to get stuck now because I didn't move that rock out of the way. Also, that clown is in a really bad spot. Actually, we did it. Okay, so we did it. We get a ticket for beating him. And we're almost ready to return the machine parts to their rightful place. Ooh, that was a nice little boost. Of course, it boosted me in the wrong direction. So we return all our machine parts, and it turns on the world's machine. This happens to be the giant T-Rex, and it opens up a little hatch under his foot. If I can get underneath fast enough, I can get there in one cycle, but I was a little bit too slow. And anyone that has played this game knows that the inside the T-Rex is by far the worst part of the first level. Especially if you have to collect everything. That was bad. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm so dead. Holy shit, how am I not dead? Okay, we survived that somehow. Shark Tank is very dangerous if you fall. And now, conveyor belts. The conveyor belts, I can actually speed this up a little bit, but it's kind of difficult. So we'll see if I get it. I'll try it once, if not, we're gonna fall and yeah. Okay, we did it. Basically, I just jump on top of the conveyor belt and run along the top there. Got ourselves some DK barrels. Just gotta avoid them, grab the tokens, move on. Now this part I like to take very, very safe, because if you miss a token there, you gotta go back through the T-Rex. Also, yabba dabba doo. So beating the first world, we use Slam to open the gate over here. And that brings us to the main area of the game. This main area has all of our next levels, along with the switches that activate most of them. Our next level is called Paint Misbehavin'. Let's see if you guys can figure out what it's about.
Is it about Bob Ross?
Yeah, in a way. We got some happy sheep. Happy sheep.
I like it already.
We're gonna use those happy sheep, and we're going to climb up here. And we got ourselves a paint hovercraft. Now we're gonna use the paint. We gotta paint some. Gotta get some alizarin and crimson on there to make that heart. Then I think we need a little bit of phthalo green. Phthalo green, anyone?
Sorry, I'm a Prussian blue main myself.
Alright. Ooh. Doesn't really like our yellow. And then we just gotta get our orange. And now, when we spawn this ticket, we want to line up so that we get enough momentum going through the ticket, because grabbing it brings out a temple from the ground. And we break the sequence here by landing on top of the temple as it appears. Normally you're supposed to go inside and then climb up top, but we're gonna land on top and make our way down. Ooh, that went a little bit further than I expected. Okay. Really, we're not doing much inside the temple. There's a few tokens that we need to get, and that's about it. Normally, going up would be a lot harder than going back down. Get back in our hovercraft. And now we're going to fool a guard. This guard is basically blind. He's got his glasses on, but he still can't really see that well. So as long as we paint ourselves the same color as his uniform, then he'll let us through. So we just gotta, you know, get in there, paint ourselves. And he's like, "Oh, are you a little short for a guard?" And we do another slam cancel right there. The main point of this part is to collect all the medallions to open the door, which will allow us into the second half of the world. And right now I'm getting my next upgrade any day. This is probably one of our best upgrades. It's the double jump. Now, from now on out, the platforming is going to get a lot harder. Just because the game does expect you to have a double jump throughout this. And you're going to be hearing woohoo a lot. Here we got ourselves another mini game. Yellow. Okay. Basically, you just paint those orbs the same color as the spots on the ground, and they will cause lightning. When all of them match, you get the ticket. Pretty simple. Little difficult to do fast. You gotta remember what the order of the colors is. This jump... Oh. I was about to say, this jump over here is pretty difficult, but I got it first try. Nope, don't want that. So another way to cancel animations is by going into loading zones. Just like that, if you grab the ticket while in midair, go into the loading zone, it'll just grab you into the loading zone instead of doing the animation. Now, that was slow. I gotta take the sheep. I gotta kill the sheep, unfortunately. Because sheep float underwater, and there's a switch under that dock. And we gotta just drown that sheep. This is our second vehicle of this level. Some levels do have 2 vehicles. This one is the Finbot. Basically, it's a dolphin that you ride. Let's see if I get this. Oh, I was really close. Let's do it again. Nope. One more time. Okay, never mind. Basically, you can damage boost off of that that field in order to get up and grab that little switch there. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done it 3 times. We'll see how this part goes. You're supposed to use a sheep to get up there, but if you just kind of twist yourself, you gain just enough height. Alright, I'm gonna take that super safe. Normally I take a damage boost off of that guy. Again, taking damage skips the backflip animation. There's a lot of ways to just skip these animations. Now we're coming up on the mashing segment. Just have to keep mashing A to make the Finbot move. We're about to place our get the final machine part and place them into the machine. The machine here raises the water level, which allows access to the aqueducts. But we're not going to go in the aqueducts because it's long and pointless. There is a ticket at the end of the aqueducts, but it does take a while to get to, and we actually don't need it for any percent. And again, you can see we're about to do some rings. And the whole reason I was taking those damage boosts earlier is so we can do a death warp right here. Basically, death warping will save us some time. It brings us back to the beginning of the world, and then we can just leave through the portal. There's a hidden ticket behind here. Tinker actually tells you about this one when you get double jump. Otherwise, it would be very hard to find that one. I should probably explain, for any percent, we need 65 total tickets in order to unlock the final world. There are a total of 84 in the game. Also, you only need 650 tokens out of 1,400, I believe. It's like 12 or 1,400 total. The only things the tokens are used for are getting move upgrades, as well as being able to ride in the vehicles. But there is a workaround for that, as you'll see later. Falling in the pit here saves a little bit of time. It skips the animation, as well as skipping going back through the cave there. This is mind-blowing. Literally. Evo mind-blown.
Evo mind blown.
So the camera, please. So these mushrooms, they make you do a triple jump in order to get unattached from them. Oh, I forgot a token there. Would help if I actually had the tokens. The token route is actually fairly tight for this game. We're going to do a sequence break here. Normally you're supposed to fall down that waterfall, and you're supposed to go into like a bunch of different rooms in order to get up here, normally, but you can just jump around and use the geometry of the statue there to just get up here. Need to remember that I already took 1 damage boost earlier. Oh, avoid that. We're gonna do a death warp, which is why I took all that damage. Hopefully I get this first try. Let's set this up properly. Okay, I did it. So basically, right there, I hit a switch and I collected a ticket with my dead body. Okay. And now we're doing a bunch of fancy things to get these tickets. This ticket is the hardest one, probably in the entire game to get. Because you have to carry a bomb down that elevator. But with my setup, I'm pretty much guaranteed to get the bomb down there. But normally, in a casual playthrough, it would probably take you at least like 5 to 10 attempts. Just, oh, hello. That boulder was out to get me. And I should also say that normally the bomb that you grab would come from right here, and you would go take it through this hallway to the right, and eventually make your way all the way back to where the elevator is. But by doing that death warp, it put me at the beginning, and there's a bomb right there. And it's a lot easier just doing it that way. To get up here. Really? Okay. For some reason, you can kind of clip into this wall here and grab that token. I don't know why. Hey, I finally got a skip there. This is the stupidest vehicle in the game. Luckily, you only use it for about 10 seconds. Now I'm waiting for this lantern to come down here so I can go up. Oh? And we're done with mind blowing. Now we're going to be getting the most broken move in the entire game, the freeze ray. With the freeze ray, we will rule the world. Basically, the freeze ray, normally, it's supposed to freeze water, obviously. It also freezes enemies, and it does a bunch of unintended stuff too. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I gotta climb back up here. The camera kind of threw me off with that jump. Camera can be... really? Okay, I'm just gonna save and quit instead of going back up. And we're about to see the first unintended thing for the freeze ray. It's our new animation skip. Also, shoutouts to the 502 crew.
Shoutouts to the 502. I was wondering, where are your 502 boys? Why aren't they in here with us?
Yeah, I don't know. And our second unintended way is we can actually make the ice appear in the water, and we can jump on top of it. Normally, you're supposed to jump from the edge and slowly make your way through. But the game developers didn't realize that you could jump on top of the ice platforms as they're rising up. So you can do a lot of skips with that. Oh, looks like they're all in chat. That's where they are. Now, I never actually explained, like, anything about the game, like, plot-wise or anything. Basically, you're in an amusement park the night before opening. The park's owner / creator, Dr. Gavin, goes out to party a little bit too early, and he leaves his security robot in charge. That security robot is Rocket. Rocket is tasked with just watching over the park's mascots, who are Whoopi the walrus and Jojo the raccoon. Now, Jojo, being a sly raccoon. Sly. Totally not intended. They, the developers of this game are Sucker Punch. They also made Sly Cooper, and they totally ripped off JoJo the Raccoon with Sly Cooper. Anyway, Sly Cooper, I mean JoJo, he decides that he wanted to take over the park. So he breaks out of his cage, steals everything, all the tickets and tokens, scatters them around, and then he wants to rename the park JoJo World in his image. Now, this world looks a little bit familiar from a game we were just watching not too long ago. Kinda looks like Aladdin, doesn't it? Except it's Arabian Flights. Oh, I almost had it there. This ticket is really difficult to get. Unless you get them into that dive, you pretty much can't catch up to the eagle there. And now, for everyone's favorite part, it's time to learn how to use magnets. Except, we're not going to learn how to use magnets, because I have no idea how magnets work. Instead, we're going to just jump on boxes and hope we get up top. Oops. There we go. So yeah, I don't know how magnets work, so I just kind of jump on boxes. And that box jump kind of works like the Half-Life 2 hovers, if anyone's seen Half-Life 2. Basically, using the grapple mechanic, you can grab an object while standing on top of it, then jump, grab it again, and pull it up to you, and do it ad nauseum. We're gonna do another one later on that's a lot more involved. And you'll see the full extent of hovering. This is one of my least favorite parts of the game. These jumping tiles love to eat my jump inputs. So I try and take it super safe, and I still end up messing up somewhere. But luckily, looks like we did it. Okay. Now for this, we just have to throw some bombs at targets while spinning around a spire. Okay. I don't know what my token count is at. After this world, I need to have 650 tokens. So I'll actually be good There are some backup tokens that I can get. Normally I'd have the 650 right now, but I must have missed a few here and there. So here, we're turning in the machine parts, and that activates these balls. These spinning balls. Now, we need to fly underneath each of these balls. Also, if you look below me, there's more rings. We're not going to do the ring challenge here, but this is about as close as you can get to Superman 64 without being Superman 64. And if you know your color wheel at all, this ring section, these balls make a lot of sense. All you have to do is go in color wheel order. Now, screwed up my angle for that. Wrong way. Now we're done with Arabian flights. We're gonna get our last upgrade, which is essentially a long shot. It allows our grapple to go much further than before. We only have to do it a couple different times, but there is one unintended way to use it right now, and we're going to use it to hit this switch up here. Nope. There it is. Normally you're supposed to climb up, use it, get up there, hit the switch. But we just hit it with the grapple. And we don't have to go up there. Now we're going up to the second floor. This is where things get interesting. We're gonna use this elevator again. Except we're gonna use it to climb up top here. The geometry of this elevator gives us just enough height to get up on that ledge up there. There we go. And normally you're supposed to be coming from the other way, but, you know, we just kind of do what we want. Now this is the Inferno. The Inferno... I don't like the Inferno. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in the Inferno. Now, I got that first try, which is awesome. Getting that purple token and then getting back on the ledge is very difficult to do. And then still having enough time to make it around without falling off. This is a little bit of a maze, but it's not difficult at all. Coming up, we got our Halloween-themed world, Food Fright. I mean, it's a little bit late for it, but you know, we'll still take it. So we got candy, we got monsters. It's Halloween. And if you've been paying attention, I've been using the freeze ray to cancel basically every animation that I possibly can. And that saves a pretty significant amount of time over the course of the run. Didn't get it. There we go. Come on. And yeah, the mushrooms are back, except they're marshmallows now. We're not supposed to be able to grab onto this point right now. You're supposed to get all the machine parts and start the machine up in order to get it. Because once the machine's started up, all of those spider legs start moving around. All our machine parts. Right now we're going to go on a scale. We got to see how much we weigh. But actually we're feeding the scale monster is what we're doing. The scale monster needs 2 peppermints, 2 caramels, and a rocket. Oh, and he pushed me out of the way. Okay, whatever. Now, turning this in, this part always reminds me of King Crimson. But now the machine's active, the spider legs are moving around, and now it'll let us go up to the 2nd floor. This is a very vertical level, and if things go wrong, they're gonna go very wrong, because we have to climb all the way back up. I'll just kill you for good measure. Now coming into floor 2, we have our first and only time that we're going to be doing rings on foot. Or should I say on wheel, because we don't actually have feet. But basically not in a vehicle. Now this next part is one of my favorite parts, because it tells you a lot about the internet. There's a lot of trolls on the internet, and whatever you do not feed the trolls. Oh wow, I got the animation skip too. That's pretty rare actually. Normally you'll get the ticket out of his butt, and then you'll still get the animation. Using the long shot up there saved a little bit of time from going back to where you're supposed to grab up there. And now we're up to the top floor. This is the most crucial part of the run, in my opinion. Basically, there is a skip that I'm going to be doing that is very, very unforgiving. And we'll die if we don't get it. So, we'll have to climb all the way back up here. And now, we have to climb up the monster. Normally you're supposed to shoot the monster in the eyes with bombs, and it'll make him reel back in pain and fall down. But using bad geometry, we end up on his back. And now, we don't have enough tokens to ride the Spider Rider. But if we do skip, the game doesn't know what to do. If you do a tech skip on a vehicle that you don't have enough tokens for, the game never checks again to say, oh, you don't have enough tokens, we gotta eject you out. So it lets you ride it. Then what I did there is I buffered it a turn in order to get on top of that vein there and climb over it. Otherwise, I would have had to go all the way around. Now we're coming up on the final themed world, which is called Pyramid Scheme. There's a giant pyramid in the middle, if you didn't guess. Do some match game. Go. The solution for that is hidden throughout in a different part of the world. The machine for this world is actually one of my favorites. And I really don't want to spoil it right now. But basically, I just want you to soak in the environment. See what's around you. And when we do activate the machine, you'll see what's different. Okay, we got all our machine parts, but we're not done right now. We're gonna do one of the easiest puzzles ever. Here we go. There we go, we did it. Four moves, that's all it takes. And if you just go around randomly, it'll take you a lot longer. But now we have our final unintended use of the freeze ray, which is a boost from one of these boost platforms. It gives you an extended height. And we're going to turn in our machine parts. And this will be the day-night machine. We step on the switch, and voila, it's nighttime. But wait, what's going on? This is completely different. Looks like the whole world went to hell. And of course this jump is being really bad. You can do like an extended height jump there. For some reason, I'm just not able to get it right now. I'll try it again here. You kind of twist up, and it gives you just a little bit more height. This area is pretty cool. You got the rising lava. You're supposed to just keep going around to the left. We don't need to do that. We'll just go right up here. And it brings us basically right to the end. Now we got my favorite vehicle in the game. The glider bike. It's got bat wings. Tell me that's not cool. Now the thing with the glider bike is it's actually Meatloaf's bike from Bat Outta Hell. And like a bat out of hell, they'll be gone when the morning comes. So you can only use this bike at night. So you better make the most of it. I screwed that up. Mostly because I really don't know that strat that well. So this room here, you're supposed to go all the way around and ride these platforms, but you know, there's the one that's conveniently right where we need to go. Just jump on it and move right to the middle. Actually, I'm really high on health right now. Let's see if I want to go for this.
Do you have time for a donation, or are you explaining something?
I'm about to do a death warp. If it goes wrong, you'll have plenty of time.
Okay.
So let's see. I'm going to try and angle my body, and yep, of course I missed. I'm supposed to hit the ticket with my body there.
Oh no.
So yeah, go ahead with a donation.
All right, we have $5.02. That is a donation of 502 from Buzzard, and Buzzard says, "Ah, it's yourself." Hashtag 502.
Nice. Alright, so I'll show off the backup strat for doing this. Basically, you can kind of boost yourself up. You run into a wall. And it gives you just a little bit more height. I'm actually not sure if death warping would be faster or just making my way back to the start. But I'm already halfway to the start, so we're just gonna go this way. Because now we're just about at the end of the game. We have 64 tickets. We need 65. Luckily, there is 5 tokens right here. That will give us our 65th token, 65th ticket. We hit the switch, and we go to the final world. Now, the final world is a lot different than the rest of the worlds in the game. It's a giant gauntlet where it just goes through all of the worlds. Little challenges from each world. Now I did a tech skip there. That's not like the same kind of tech skip. Basically, I fell off the edge, and because I fell, it respawned me and it skipped the text. Normally, that text box is very, very long. Anyway, there's challenges from each of the worlds, and if you die at any point of this, you're gonna have to start the whole thing over. So let's hope this goes well. Now this part, it's supposed to be, you're supposed to paint yourself the same color as the guard as earlier. There's another one, but there's a skip we can do. It involves going up here. Okay, took me 3 tries, but we got up there. The way that works is in your damage frames, it's programmed to give you extra height at the beginning and end of your damage invulnerability if you're bouncing off of a damage source. So we use that to gain enough height to jump up the platform and skip the guard. Now here, there's a giant fan, my number 1 fan. We just blow up one of the blades and we jump across. Pretty simple. Just like earlier, jumping on top of the ice platform skips all the puzzles involving the ice platforms. And now it's time to learn how to do magnets, part 2. But I still don't know how magnets work. So we're gonna try something else. Oop, almost had it. Nope. Need a little bit more speed. Okay. Nope. Help if I jump off the platform? There we go. But wait, we're not done. There's one more magnet that we need to deal with. But remember when I said that there's going to be more of the Half-Life 2 hovering? This is where it comes into play. So let's see how long this is going to take. It's kind of difficult to do, especially if I'm not warmed up for it. Nope. Oh, one more. I just needed one more there. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're up. The lethal lake of lava is our next target. Pretty simple. Just jump on the rock and get to the middle. Now this part is kind of difficult. These platforms are really stupid sometimes, and they'll either boost you properly or they just push you off. They're really stupid. So I take these extra slow, and a lot of times I still mess them up. This next puzzle is my favorite in the entire game. That you never see this anywhere else. Basically, the platform underneath me is a giant gear with a protrusion sticking out. Now that we're spinning that by moving in this part that's not moving. That's holding us still, and our wheel is actually moving the platform underneath us. Fortunately, that mechanic is not seen anywhere else in the game, and it's my favorite in the entire game. Spider has one flaw. Bombs. Can't handle bombs. So we just throw a bomb at one leg and then we jump right on top. And here we're coming up on the final boss of the game. The real final boss is this, the climb. Basically, you're supposed to, take these and climb up. And you have to jump across at specific times to just keep going up and up and up. Of course, the timing for this is ridiculously stupid sometimes, but I got it first try.
Like a boss.
But it's not over yet. We still have the Flaming Sphere of Doom. But, the Flaming Sphere of Doom kinda isn't ready yet. It's a little unfinished. So it's gonna be kind of a cakewalk. So, yeah. There's these spots on the sphere that you can stand on. And there's a giant strip down the middle that completely won't hurt you. So you just stay in the middle, jump a couple times, and we're gonna gain some momentum. And we're gonna blow up this wall at the end here. And time's actually gonna be coming up pretty shortly, so get ready on that.
What a bizarre final sequence.
Yeah, it's a lot different than a lot of final sequences in most games. Like, usually there's an actual, boss or something. No, it's just a sphere that you ride on top of for a minute. And time's gonna be coming up when the cutscene fades in, so get ready.
I'm ready.
Time.
I at 104.33.
Oh wow. That is actually... I think that's actually a PB.
Nice.
Even with that mishap at the end of Pyramid Scheme. Which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
I hope you guys enjoyed Rocket. I had a lot of fun playing. Also, thanks for having me, Golden.
Absolutely, Mashy. Good to have you here. I just love that this music is... it's just a jam throughout the entire run. Like, you can't even tell it's the final stage because it's just too busy grooving.
And actually, the game doesn't go to credits unless you get 100%.
Really?
You have to collect all the tickets in the game in order for the credits to see the trigger. And the credit sequence is like a normal scroll. It's a room that you go into, and every one of the developers is a screw. One of those screws that you grab, and you grab them, and it tells you their name, and they have little like pictures on top of them too.
Oh,
It's really interesting. But yeah, that was Rocket Robot on Wheels. One of these days I'll get it into a GDQ, but until then, I'll just settle for JRTA. And
You know, you can say settle, or you can say I don't know, something that makes it sound like it means something. I don't know.
The more prestigious JRTA.
There you go. I don't know about that, but that might be fluffing it a little bit. But anyway, you got to play it nonetheless, and I'm glad you did. So
I did have some technical difficulties at the beginning too, but
I'm glad we worked those out and got you in. Cool. Well, enjoy the rest of the marathon. We've only got a couple of runs left, but you'll be able to enjoy those from the sidelines now instead of having to think about the run or the capture card or any of that anymore.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for Final Fantasy VI. That's gonna be great.
Looking forward to it. All right, thanks, Mashy.
Thank you.
And up next, we are going to be bringing in Jorf for some Kurin Squash, which is a pretty exciting platforming game. Little tight corridors that he's going to have to navigate, so we'll take a look at that. Hello, Jorf.
Hello.
Welcome. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. Pirate face.
Pirate face, or your colon R's?
Yeah.
All right, you are streaming Mumble, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So I need to switch my setup here, which we've discovered I tend to echo a lot, so we're going to see what happens. If it's really bad, I might just let you do the commentary and keep out of it. Are you on 3?
1.
1, okay.
I am number 1.
That makes more sense.